بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. Let's all begin the dua together. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah Ta'ala for blessing us to be here every Sunday, Alhamdulillah, in the house of Allah. And we pray Allah Ta'ala makes our journey easy. Inshallah, grant us consistency and strength, inshallah. Ameen. MashaAllah, well done for still being here. Diehards, mashallah. Barakallah. The journey is long, inshallah. Okay, bismillah. Today is actually the last lesson in one section. So today we call this base camp, but inshallah we'll discuss it now, inshallah. So far you've learned about 4 things about an ism. What are 4 things you can tell me about an ism? 4 things. Hal, you can tell me hal about hal, right? What can you tell me about hal? How many hals are there? 3 hals. What are their names? Raf'un, Nasbun, Jarrun. So you can tell me one thing, you tell me the hal of an ism. Good. What else can you tell me about an ism? You can tell me the gender. What are the 2 genders? Okay, in English it's masculine and feminine. And in Arabic? Mu'annath is feminine and Mudhakkar is masculine. So you can tell me, number 1, you can tell me about the hal, the encasing, raf, nasb, jar. Number 2, you can tell me about the gender. What else can you tell me? You can tell me definite and indefinite. What's definite called in Arabic? Not Madi? Ma'rifa. Good. What's indefinite called? Nakira. That's 3 things. And what's the last thing you can tell me about an ism? Number. How many numbers have you done so far? What are the 3 numbers? Single or singular? Dual, plural. Singular, dual, and plural. So that's how far you've basically came with your Nahw. Now all of those things are actually incorporated into one table. Okay. So can we all say this table together? Muslimun. Let's go. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Okay, good. So if you take one word, for example, we take the word Muslimuna. Can you tell me 4 things about Muslimuna? Can you tell me the gender first? Masculine or feminine? I'll give you a clue. This is called what type of plural? The ina is what type of plural? Remember ina? Muslimun, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Salihun, Salihuna, Salihina. The ina is called what? It's called Jam'un, Mudhakkarun, Salimun, which means the sound masculine plural. Why is the masculine plural? Because it's either referring to a group of males or it's referring to a mixed group. So the first thing you can tell me is Muslimuna as male or female? Male. Remember the atun. Muslimatun, Muslimatun. The male has a una, so it's male. What hal is Muslimuna in? Is raf'un, nasbun, jarrun? It's under the raf'un column because all una is raf'un. What's the number of it? Single, dual or plural? It is jam'un, it is plural. And the last thing is definiteness. Indefinite or definite? Indefinite. Good. Let's do a female one. Bismillah. Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin. Those are the single. Now I want to do the dual. Muslima, tani, muslima, taini. Then last week's lesson was a new lesson. What is last week's lesson? The female plural. You call it jam'un mu'annathun salimun. Let's say it together. Jam'un mu'annathun salimun. Let's say it together. Jam'un mu'annathun salimun. So let's say the jam'un mu'annathun salimun for muslimatun. Muslimatun. If you know those two tables, then you're basically on track. Because that's how far we've come so far. Because we've done all of the genders, you know how the gender works. Especially ta marbuta is actually the main thing. If you can't remember gender, ta marbuta was the main one. Ta marbuta is going to be the female one. The encasing you can see from the table, the number from the table, and the definiteness from the table. Okay. So quickly with your partner, tell your partner the gender of that word there, muslimani. Tell your partner, okay, let me take a pause. Did I tell you about the term gend? Okay, let me take a pause quickly. Can you see there? G-E-N-D. So gend means the four qualities of an ism. G for what? Gender. E for what? Encasing. N for what? Number. And D for what? Definiteness. So when I tell you, you must tell your partner the gender of a word, it means you must tell your partner what are those four things. What's the gender? What's the encasing or the hal? What's the number? Single, dual or plural? And what is the definiteness? Definite or indefinite. So tell your partner quickly what is the gender of that. Testing. Is it easy yet? Easy. Not so easy. Challenging. Alhamdulillah. Let's bismillah inshallah. Let's go the answers quickly. Let's go through as-salihati. As-salihati. We're going to go in order of gender. So what's the G for? Gender. The G is for gender. So is as-salihati masculine or feminine? Okay, so let me just reverse quickly. When we did the gender, right? We gave you signs of feminine and signs of feminine, which were basically the feminine signs. Now we didn't include ati and tani. But basically, let me just add it to you and say that this is the plural of a female. This is salihati, like muslimati. It's a sound female plural. So it will automatically also be feminine as well, because it's a sound female plural. So as-salihati will be mu'annath, will be feminine, because it's a sound feminine plural. Now, what's the hal of it? Aya raf, nasb or jar? What do you say? Can it be raf'un? So let's go back to our table. Let's go back to our table. Can you see the table there? Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin, muslimatani, muslimatani, muslimataini, muslimatun, muslimatin, muslimatin. If you see a salihatu, then it's raf'un. You with me? The I can't be raf'un. The I must be nasbun or jarrun. So the will be raf'un. So let's go back here again. So as-salihati will be which hal? Nasbun or jarrun. Let's make it into raf'un. It will become as-salihatu. It will become as-salihatu. Good. Now next one we go to adad, we go to number. Is as-salih means pious? So is as-salih one pious person, two pious people, or a group of pious people? As-salihati. Is it one, two, dual, or is it jam'un, plural? Is ikhtilaf here? What is it? Okay, if there had to be two, it will end with ani. Okay, let's make it simple. If there had to be two, it will end with ani. So as-salihatani. So it can't be two. It can't be two. So again here, what type of plural is this? Sound, feminine plural, jam'un, mu'annathun, salimun. So you can see by the name, any atu, ati. Any atu, ati. Muslimatun, salihatun, kafiratun, munafiqatun, whatever you want. Any atun, atin is always a sound female plural, so it's automatically a plural. Okay. Are you still with me? Atun, atin, atu, ati. It's a sound female plural, therefore automatically it's a plural. Next one, definiteness. Is as-salihati definite or indefinite? What is it? Definite. Definite because it has the al. What's the definite in Arabic? Ma'rifa. Ma'rifa. So after all of that, how do you translate as-salihat? As-salih is one pious male. A pious female is called what? Salihah, like the name. Salih and Salihah. But we're not speaking about one now, we're speaking about many. So Salihat means what? As-Salihat means what? A group or the group? The group of what? Pious females. It means the group of pious females. Good. Next one. Talibatani. Talibatani. Now the gender, is it male or female? What you're going to notice is that all the duals that are female have a ta. Like two males are talibani and two females talibatani. I'm going back quickly just to explain what I mean. So take the word Muslim. Can you see the word Muslim there? Can you see Muslim becomes what? Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. But when it's a female, Muslimatun, what does it become? It becomes Muslima, Tani, Muslima, Taini, Muslima, Taini. So a simple rule, all the Tani, Taini is referring to a female. Salihatun, Salihatani, Salihataini. So all the Tani, Taini is referring to a female. So female in Arabic is what? Feminine in Arabic is what? Mu'annathun. Mu'annathun. What is the hal of talibatani? Raf'un, nasbun or jarrun? You must sound like you're sure. If you go back to the table again. Go back to the table again. It's all in the table. Can you see in the table here? Where is the ani? In which column is the ani? The ani is only in the first column. So all anis are going to be raf'un. All anis will be raf'un. So what you're actually learning, if you take a step back, what you're actually learning is you're learning to look at the word and then sort of place the word to understand where the word fits in. For example, say you see an ani, you automatically know, okay, that must be dual because ani, and number two, it must be raf'un because that's in the ani is always raf'un. If you see aini, you know what? It must be dual and it must be nasb or jar. Okay, let's go back again. Talibatani, raf'un. What's the number? Only three choices. Single, dual or plural? What do you say, brothers? Dual. What's dual in Arabic? Muthanna. Dual is muthanna. Any ani, aini is always dual. Muthanna. Good. And what is the number? Sorry, not the number. What is the definiteness? Is it definite or indefinite? Nakira, indefinite. How do I make it definite? Al. So I'll say at-talibatani. Now, at the end of all of that, what's the translation? At-talib is a student, so what's talibatani? A female student, two students, many students, what? The two female students or just two female students? Two female students. Talibatan, two female students. Good. Muslimani. What's the gender? Is it male or female? It's going to be the male one. Make Muslimani into a female one. Muslima Tani. Tani. Muslima Tani. So any Tani is a female, Ani on its own is a male. So Muslimani is going to be male, Mudhakkar. What is the hal, the encasing? Now you must know what it is now. Eh? Remember Ani is in which column? The Raf column, Nas column or Jar column? The Raf'un column, therefore Muslimani is going to be Raf'un. Some of you are wondering, why do you do all this Raf, Nasb and Jar, all this stuff? It will be clear inshallah from, not next week's the camp, the week afterwards inshallah. We start doing sentences. It will become very clear after that. What's the number? Adad. Single, dual or plural? Dual. Any ani is dual. And what's the definiteness? Indefinite. Indefinite nakira. What's the translation of Muslimani? It means two Muslims. Either two male Muslims or not two female Muslims. Either two males or a male and a female. Because how many combinations of two are there? There's either two males, two females, or male and a female. Just process quickly. Never mind, inshallah. Two Muslims, two male Muslims, or a mixed group of Muslims. A mixed group means a male and a female. Now, next one. Al-mufsiduna. You know the word fasad? What does fasad mean? You heard the word fasad before? Fasad means corruption. So a mufsid is a corrupter. A mufsid is a person who causes corruption. So now we have the word al-mufsiduna. So tell me if it's a male or female. Ma dhakar or mu'anna? Remember, una, ina is a male plural, therefore it's going to be mudhakkar, male. What's the encasing? What's the hal? Is it in the first column, the second column, or the third column? You sound more confident now. Raf'un, you sure? Good, alhamdulillah. Raf'un. Al-mufsidu, al-mufsida, al-mufsidi. Carry on. Al-mufsidani, al-mufsidaini, al-mufsidaini. Last one. Al-mufsiduna, al-mufsidina, al-mufsidina. What's the number? Single, dual or plural? Plural. Jam'un, plural. What type of plural? Male plural or female plural? It's a male plural, which in Arabic is called Jam'un Mudhakkarun Salim. Definite or indefinite? Definite. Al-mufsiduna means what? Remember, a mufsid is a corrupter. So what's al-mufsiduna? The corruptors. Male or female? Either a group of males or a mixed group. Either a group of males or a mixed group. Good. New lesson now. This is where we are so far. We said plurals are three types, right? Masculine. You with me? What does a masculine plural end with? What does a masculine plural end with? Una or ina. So it's very simple. A masculine plural is very simple. You see una, ina, masculine plural. There's no other thinking. You see una, ina, if it's an ism, masculine plural. What does the feminine plural end with? Like atun or atin, or if there's a al, atu, ati. Now, for example, muslimatun, muslimatin. Now we're going to go to a new one called the broken plural. Broken plural. Broken plural has, can you see the others have a pattern? What's the pattern of the other one? There's either, that's a pattern. They all have una, ina, like almost like they all have s's. Or they have atun, atin, almost like ies, baby, babies, and so on. They have a pattern. This broken plural is like tooth, teeth, goose, geese, mouse, mice. There's no pattern to it. Okay, so it's a plural with no pattern. So what's the pattern? No pattern. Okay. For example, the plural of rajul. What's a rajul? A rajul is a man. Now I want to say men. How do I say men? I say rijalun. But then I have the word waladun. What's walad? Walad means a child or a boy. What's the plural of walad? I don't say wiladun like rijalun. I say awladun. Next one, the word ajrun. Ajr means what? A reward. Now to say rewards, it becomes ujurun. Can you see that those three have no pattern? They sound completely, there's no pattern, there's no una, ina, atun, atin. So the broken plural is a plural without a pattern. Is that okay? Nothing to understand. Just know that the broken plural has no pattern. Okay. Let me go to the term. In Arabic, the masculine plural is called what? In Arabic, the masculine plural was called what? Jam'un, which means plural. Mudhakkarun, which means masculine. Salimun, which means sound. And the feminine plural was called what? Jam'un, mu'annathun, salimun. And the broken plural is called, altogether, Jam'un mukassarun. Altogether, Jam'un mukassarun. Jam'un mukassarun, broken. Why do you think you call the first two sound and the third one broken? Can you see the word salim? Salim means sound and salim means sound. So the first two are a male sound and a female sound plural. Why do you think you call the third one broken? Because? Good. You didn't hear? So tell me. Why do you call it broken? How is the third plural different from the first two? What makes the first two sound and makes the third one broken? Besides the pattern? Good. In the first two, can you see you don't break the word. You keep the word intact and you add something on the end. Muslimun, you add muslimuna, muslimina, and so on. Muslimatun, muslimatun, muslimatin. Because the Muslim part stays the same. Salihun, salihuna, salihina, salihatun, salihatun, salihatin. Can you see with the word rajul? Can you see you actually break up the word? You're not adding something at the end. What's happening? You're breaking up, you're putting an alif in the middle. Rajulun becomes rijal. Look at the word walad. Can you see I broke it up? I put a alif at the beginning, I put another alif in the middle and became awlad. So I'm breaking up almost like the core word. You with me? It's like the difference between house and houses. I kept house intact and I added s. Goose and geese, I broke the word goose and I put the word geese. You with me? So the one you keep sound, you keep the whole word intact, and the other word you actually break up the word. For example, ajrun, I broke it up and I put a waw in between, becomes ujurun. You with me? Okay, we're going to go through all the details now, inshallah. Okay. Let me just do the hal quickly because it's very easy. Rajulun, the plural is rijal. Waladun, awlad, ajrun, ujur. Sunnatun, what's a sunnah? Sunnah means like a way or a practice. The plural is sunanun. The plural is sunanun. For example, qalb, heart. The plural is qulubun. Rasul, messenger. The plural is rusul. Can you see all of those are different? There's no pattern. What do they all end with? Un. You with me? Un. So that will make them all raf'un. Raf'un. How? Okay, now listen carefully. You know what the broken plural is, eh? It's just a plural that has no pattern. So all the words in red is the plural. What type of plural is the word in red? What type of plural is it? Is it the male plural, sound male plural? Sound female plural? No, it's a broken plural, okay? So you're with me. The word in red is a broken plural. All I'm going to do now is do what? I'm going to put that broken plural into raf'un, into nasbun, and into jarrun. You with me? So that broken plural is which hal now? Is raf'un. How do you think I make rijalun into nasbun? Rijalan. Jarun. Rijalin. Easy. Let's try awladun. Put nasbun. Awladan. Jarun. Awladin. Bismillah, ujurun all together. Ujurun. Ujuran. Ujurin. Sunanun. Sunanun. Sunanan. Sunanin. Qulubun. Qulubun. Quluban. Qulubin. Rasulun. Rusulun, sorry. Rusulun. Rusulan. Rusulin. So back to the simple rule. With a broken plural, if it ends with u or un, it's raf'un. If it ends with a or an, it's what? Nasbun. And ends with I or in, it's jarrun. All good so far? Okay. Can relax also. Take it easy. Breathe also in between. Inshallah. Okay. Now there's one question you haven't asked me, but at some point you're going to ask me the question. You're going to ask me, if I have a word, how do I know which plural to choose? You understand the question? How do I know the word rajulun doesn't become rajuluna? Like, why doesn't rajulun become rajuluna? Why doesn't it become rijalun? Do you understand? Like, how do I know which plural is broken and which is sound and which is male and which is female? How do I know which plural fits in where? The answer is, there are some basic rules, but I can only tell you that in second year. Or at the end of first year. Because the basic rule requires a bit of work to understand the rule. I can tell you the rule now if you want to, but if it's ismul fa'il or ismul maf'ul, it will generally be a sound plural. That made no sense to you, right? Because it's not going to make any sense because we're only at the end of the year. So that's the basic rule which you don't have no idea about. So for now, a very simple rule is you must check in the dictionary. The dictionary will tell you what type of plural it can be. Do you all have a dictionary? Either on your phone or in a hard copy. Do you have a dictionary? Aunties, alright? Chair ladies? Got dictionary apps? Okay. The aunties like to forward stuff. But you can't forward the dictionary, no? So the dictionary is available on the App Store. If you have an Android phone under Hanswear, it's available on the App Store. If you want to download the whole dictionary, most of you know what the browser is, like Google Chrome or Internet Explorer is a browser, like where you open the internet in. Now, if you want to download the whole dictionary, you can download it as almost like an internet file. Then you can open it also on your tablet or on your computer or anywhere. So I'll give an example. I have it on my computer here under dictionary. So this dictionary actually is on my computer, it's not on the internet. So what happens here is that if I'm looking for a word, let's look for a word rajul. So if I'm looking for the word rajul, where will I look under? I'll look under what? Ra, Jim, Lam, and I'll press enter. Okay, Ra, Jim, Lam. This works the same as your app. Your app works the same way. So all of you just find it quickly. Ra, Jim, Lam. In dictionary or in your app or something, find Ra, Jim, Lam. Have you used dictionaries before, Maulana Zakaria? Yes, okay. So now Maulana Zakaria was focusing on what? He was focusing on sarf, on the verb part. We're going to focus on the noun part now. Okay. So it should look like this here. It should look like this here. Are you all following me? It should look like this. Ra, ji, la. The one before this was what? Ra, ja, fa. Ra, ja, fa was the one before it. And the next one is Ra, ji, la. So in the Hanswear, the first block of text is of verbs. You with me? The first block of text are verbs. So what is the verb here? The verb is Ra, ji, la. Like sa, mi, a, ra, ji, la. If you go down, rajila, rajilu, rajilat, rajilna, rajilta, rajiltum, rajilti, rajiltunna, rajiltu, rajilna. Right? What does the verb rajila mean? What does it mean? It means to go on foot, to walk. To go on foot or to walk. Some people say that is because, when back in the day they never had a car, so they have a camel. Now they're in the desert, then who must be on the camel and who must be walking? The man must put his wife on the camel and he must walk. He must rajila, because he's a rajul. Rajul means to walk. He's the one who walks, who leads the camel, who does the hard work. The wife sits on the camel, relaxes, looks at the view. So sometimes you connect, in Arabic you connect what? You connect the verbs to the nouns. Because a rajul means what? Rajul means a man. Now I think, how do you connect man to walking? Because rajila means walking and rajul means a man. So that's how they connect the words in Arabic. Okay. The first block of text is what? Verbs. Now let's go to the end of the first block of text. Can you see the first block of text continue? There's no gap. Let's go to the next page. Let's go to the next page. Can you see there? You have the next, what's the next word? Rijal. Are we looking for Rijal or are we looking for Rajul? We're looking for Rajul. This is Rijal. What's a Rijal? A Rijal is a foot or a leg. Can say it's linked to Rajila. No. The next word is Rijal, which means a swarm. That's fine. The next word is Rajil. Are we looking for Rajil? Rajil means going on foot. Are we looking for that? No. What are we looking for? Rajul. Okay. Do we have found the word Rajul? Yes. The first block of text, all these other words are isms. So the word Rajul, can you see it means, let's go a bit further, can you see it means man. Man. Now can you see here, after Rajul comes the word PL. What do you think PL stands for? Plural. What are they doing next to PL? They are writing out what? Ra, Jim, Alif, Lam. But as some harakat, so what do they do is they put in English letters as well. They write it Rijal. So what is the dictionary telling me? The dictionary is telling me that the plural of Rajul is Rijal. Now is Rijal a male plural, a female plural, or broken plural? Must be broken because of a male plural has una, ina, a female has atun, atin, so it must be broken. Okay. Can you see what's happening there? Let's get another word quickly. I know that one. Just see. Let me first find it before I tell you what to look for. Let's look. Let me just see if I have the plural in here. Okay. Let's look for the word Muslim. Muslim. Now, if I'm going to look for the word Muslim, where am I going to look? I'm going to have to think, what are the root letters? Do you understand the root letters already? I'm going to look under Sin, Lam, Mim. Sin, Lam, Mim. If you have a hard copy, your copy is probably on page, I think you have a 3rd edition probably. That's a 4th edition. I don't know where this. Okay, fine. Anyway, Sin, Lam, Mim. What's the first entry? Should be Sa, Li. The first entry should be Sa, Li. Salima means what? Salima means to be safe and sound, unharmed and all that stuff. Remember the first block of text are isms. What am I looking for? The first block of text are verbs. I'm looking for Muslim. Is Muslim here? Muslim isn't a verb. So let's go past this. Can you see the block of text continues. Let's go to the next page. Continues until I get to the next entry, which is Salm. Salm, which means peace. Or silm, which means peace. Or silmi, which means peaceful. Or salam, which means forward buying. Am I looking for any of those? What am I looking for? Muslim. Now you keep looking until you find Muslim. So keep looking down the list until you find Muslim. These are all different isms linked to Sin, Lam, Mim. Did you find it? Should be towards the end of the entry. You found it? What did you do now? Oops. At the end you should find Muslim. Just make sure the person next to you found it as well. Muslim. Not Musallam, Muslim, must say Muslim next to it. Okay, with me? At the end is one Mim, Sin, La, Mim, but that's Musallam. I'll go down. There's Musalim, and can you see at the end here, I see, it's not so clear now, so anyway, but it's a Mim, Sin, Lam, Mim. Okay, if you look at it, you'll think you need glasses, but this is how it looks. Okay, Muslim. Can you see that's the word Muslim? You all found this. Now, I go to PL. What does PL mean? Plural. Then they put what next to PL? They put a UN, a UN. What do you think the UN stands for? What do you think the UN stands for? What do you think it stands for? Okay, what is the plural of Muslim? Muslimuna. So remember Rajul, they wrote out the word Rijal. Yeah, no one's writing out Muslimuna here. They're just putting a UN there. What's the UN for? The UN means Una. You with me? So what the UN is telling you, listen carefully, the UN is telling you that for Muslim, you must make it into a round male plural. You following me? For Muslim, I mustn't make it a broken plural like Musalim or something strange like that. I must make it into Una, Ina plural. So dictionary is telling me that for Muslim, the plural is a UN, which means it's a Una plural. Is that okay? So whenever you see UN in the dictionary, what do you know? The plural of that word is a Una, Ina plural. Whenever you see UN in the dictionary under plural, it means the plural of that word is a Una, Ina plural, not a broken plural. It's a Una, Ina plural. Good. Last one. Let me just look for something quickly. It might be confusing. Okay, for example, let's go to the word. You can just look on the screen for this one, yeah? Last one. If I go to the word ayah, what's an ayah? It's a miracle, sign, token, all those things. What is next to PL of the ayah? PL is what? Plural. What's after there? There's an 80. What does the 80 stand for, do you think? Female. 80 means this plural must be a female plural. Must be a ayat or ayat. Ayat, basically. 80 means this plural must be female. I'm going to summarize quickly. How many plurals do you know? You know 3 types. You won't know which type to apply when. But if you're going to find one of 3 things. Let me tell you 3 things. Next to PL, you're going to find what? Either you're going to find UN. If you find UN, you must know I must add Una, Ina. Is that simple? If you find UN next to PL, I must add una, ina. The dictionary is telling you the plural of this word is a una, ina plural. You with me? If I find 80, what must I add? Atun, atin, it's a feminine plural. You with me? If I find no un and no 80, what they will always do is they will write out the word. Whenever they write out the word, it's a broken plural. They will write out the plural for you in the dictionary. You all with me? Okay. Now, dictionary work is a little bit difficult. Not difficult, it's a bit challenging. But that's why I give you homework so you can overcome difficulties, inshallah, through your homework. So your one piece of homework, inshallah. And it's going to take you a long time, but it's fine. Is 1.17. Is 1.17. What's 1.17? Everything on 1.17, to make it easy, 1.17 are broken plurals. Okay, the plural of these are never una, ina, or it's broken plurals. You with me? So if I'm looking at the word maradun, I give you the word maradun, then, okay, you look up the A to Z's. Let's do one together. Let's do number 3 together. Ajrun. Say I'm looking at the word ajrun. What do I need to know first of all? What are the root letters? So can you see in the one column I gave it to you there? Alif, Jim, Mim. Alif, Jim, Ra. So let's look it up quickly. Ajrun. Ajrun. You should find under ajr. So what's your homework? Your homework is 3 things. You must tell me what is the plural. What's the plural, number 1? So what's the plural of ajr? Can you see PL? They wrote out the plural. PL, they wrote out the plural, ujur. So your first piece of homework is you have to write down the plural here. So you write down ujur here. You write down, it's the wrong space, but down ujur. So you write down ujurun. Ujurun. Right. Then what else you can write down for me? You can write down the meaning of ajr. What's the meaning of ajr? Now Hans here gives you like a whole of meanings. You just choose one near the beginning. Okay, that's the rule for now. Just choose one near the beginning. Wages, pay, honorarium, recompense, many other things. Let's just say it's wages. Let's take the first one. Make it easy. Let's say wages. So here you're going to write down wages. And the last thing you're going to do for me is you're going to write down the page number you found it in. So mine is 6. Yours might be a bit different. But mine says on page number 6. Okay. These are all words that appear in the Quran. Some of them very frequently. So they're good words to also look up and to know as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you now. Someone asked a question on the WhatsApp about what is the gender of the broken plural. The gender of the broken plural is a long story, which I will tell you some other time, inshallah. Okay. It's a long story which I'll tell you some other time, inshallah. I'm going to give you now 5 minutes to get in your groups and just to start the worksheet, inshallah. Just to get into it, make sure the people around you understand as well. You can start the worksheet, inshallah. Sorry. Okay, bismillah. Are you finding it okay? Manageable so far? Just maybe some things that I maybe didn't mention is that sometimes you'll find that one plural, one word may have more than one plural. One word sometimes has two broken plurals. One word sometimes has one broken plural and a sound plural. It just means for that word you have many plurals. Okay. So for your worksheet you can choose anything. If there's one, just choose one of the two. Okay. But anyway, let's leave it now. I want you to focus on the screen for something important, inshallah. The rest is for homework, inshallah. Okay, don't miss this. Don't miss this. Because this is the final review, inshallah. Final review. If I have the word Muslimun, Muslimun, that's a single male word, right? Let's put it into Nasbun quickly. Muslimun becomes what in Nasbun? Musliman in Jarrun, Muslimin, dual, Muslimani, Muslimaini. Now pause there. Then if I go to the dictionary and I look up Muslimun, what does it say next to it for plural? When I go to the dictionary and I look up Muslimun, what does it say next to it for plural? It says UN, which tells me what? That the plural of Muslim must be what? Muslimuna. UN in Rafun must be Una. Muslimuna and then Muslimina and Muslimina. You find with this so far? Let's go to Muslimatun. Muslimatun, Nasb. Muslimatan, Muslimatin, dual. Muslimatani, Muslimataini. Okay, pause there. I'm going to give you a general rule, which it's not always right, but it's generally right. Generally, when the word ends with ta marbuta, the single one, generally, then that word you add atun atin. When the single one on top, the singular one ends with ta marbuta, for now, generally you add atun atin. It's not always the case. I'm just giving you a general rule. Okay. Because they might not have Muslimatun in the dictionary. In fact, I can guarantee you they won't have Muslimatun in the dictionary. Okay. So you will look up Muslimatun and you're confused. What must I add there? The general rule is what? If the word ends with ta marbuta, the single word, what type of plural do I make it? Atun, atin, I make it a jam'un, mu'annathun, salimun. Are you following me? If the single word, the one on top, has a ta marbuta at the end, when I make the plural, I add atun, atin. Just as a general rule for now. So what's the plural going to be? What's the plural after all of that? What's plural going to be? Muslimatun and then tin and Muslimatin. Okay. And of course, if I see a AT in dictionary like ayatun, let's do ayat quickly. Ayatun, ayatan, ayatin, ayatani, ayataini, ayataini, ayatun, ayatin, ayatin. So any 80 word also will be on the same pattern. Last table is rajulun. Bismillah, nasb, rajulan, rajulin, rajulani, rajulaini, rajulaini. Now pause. When I look up the word rajul in the dictionary, what is the plural there? Is it rajuluna? Is there un? There's no un. So what's the plural of rajul? Rijalun. So what do you think the first column is going to be? Rijalun. The plural, because it's a broken plural now. Rijalun, and then lin or lan? Same like the first one. Rajulun, rijalun. Rajulan, rijalan, rajulin, rijalin. And is alright? Alhamdulillah. Puta's alright, Puta? Alhamdulillah. Don't stress too much. Remember, the first part of the course is actually just introduction to the concepts. Because there's a whole lot of concepts coming every week. I don't expect you to master the concept. I expect you just to try, inshallah. You must just be vaguely familiar. It's not going to affect your life if you don't understand one to two things. It's fine, inshallah. Don't worry, inshallah. Don't stress too much. Just be present mentally and try to do the homework and try to get a taste of what we're doing. You'll see it will build over time, inshallah. It will build over time. Because especially the sisters, don't stress too much about mastering everything. Just get a vague idea, inshallah. Like a 50% idea is fine, inshallah. Because we're going to revise, we're going to repeat everything again, inshallah. Okay. You know, if you climb Everest, then you start with base camp first. So what is base camp? Base camp means that this was how many weeks? 8 weeks. 8-week introduction to the ism. It's been very technical, the introduction, because it's just like it's breaking up the ism. The rest of the course is much more, let's call it, it's much more like rewarding, because now you start understanding sentences and phrases, and like it all makes sense afterwards. You with me? So all the stuff we did now, you're going to see from the next lesson onwards how all the stuff we did now comes and makes sense, basically. You with me? Okay. So this is base camp. What we do here is very simple. Just do 2 sentences, verbal and noun-based sentence, and must do 4 constructions, and then we finish for the year for Nahw. So we do base camp first, that's one part. Next part is 2 sentences, because only 2 in Arabic, and the third part is 4 fragments or 4 compounds, and then we're done for the year. Okay. So it's not like a mountain of Nahw, it's the essential core of it. But this was the first phase. So mashallah, look at the person next to you, say Mubarak, Baya Slamat, shake the hand there, give them Mago also if you want to. And the gap on the other side, make dua for that person, inshallah. They must come to base camp, inshallah. Okay. Yeah. So what is base camp? Base camp is the basic understanding of what gend is. That's base camp. Gend. That gend means that genders, male and female, and we know more or less what the signs are. And there are 3 hals, and we know more or less how to put stuff in the hal table. Number, we know that there's single, dual, and there's 3 types of plurals. And definiteness, there's definite and indefinite. That's the basic workings of an ism. Okay. What I want to do is, you have a textbook now, alhamdulillah, this year, you have a textbook. I want you to revise the textbook, but I want you to make a mind map of each concept. Of G, gender, of E, encasing, of N, number, and of D, definiteness. I want you to make your own mind map, in your own way, of what is G, E, N, D, of gend. For example, it might be simple like that. You might just put there, the heading is definiteness. What's the categories? Ma'arifa and nakira. What's the example? Al-waladu and waladun. And what's the sign? No al plus no tanween plus no al. And that's your mind map. Just a basic mind map you keep with you. And you can even put the mind map in your textbook. So make it small, that you can just refer to it, you can just get the whole picture of gender. You with me? So make your own mind map of G, gender, of E, encasing, of N, number, and D, definiteness. You will also find mind maps in the textbook as well. You can use those as well, but I want you to write it out yourself. Okay, write it out and try to basically absorb it. Try to memorize it if you can, inshallah. Okay. Last thing is also, if you can just memorize these tables, will be good. The Muslimun table, because that's for the sound male plural. The Muslimatun table, that's for the sound female plural. And the Rajulun table, that's for the broken plural. I think those are all in textbook, right? Can someone just check the textbook quickly? Page 11 you find there. Page 10 we have Muslimun and Muslimatun. Okay, just add the al there. Okay, it's slightly different. Anyway, I have the Muslim, al-Muslimu, al-Muslimatu. In the last table, I didn't do the single and the dual because they're all the same. And then so I just did the plurals. Okay. But for homework, try to write out or memorize these tables. I'll say it for you quickly. First table is altogether Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. Next table, Muslimatun, Muslimatan, Muslimatin, Muslimatani, Muslimataini, Muslimataini, Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. Last table, Rajulun, Rajulan, Rajulin, Rajulani, Rajulaini, Rajulaini. Broken now. Rijalun, Rijalan, Rijalin. And then you finish with base camp. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now for a few minutes, I want you to get into groups of between, let's say, 4 to 6 people, inshallah. And we're going to do some reader now, inshallah. So group of 4 to 6 people. And then I want you to open up the worksheet from today. That's one on the screen, called Man Kasara Asna. Okay, find your groups, make a circle, inshallah. Find your groups, make a circle. I'll explain to you what to do after you find your group. Look around you, there shouldn't be any single people. Everybody should be part of a group, inshallah. Okay. This is a famous Arabic reader that is studied all over the world. I've basically taken the reader and I've just revised it slightly to simplify it for the beginning few lessons. So it's a simplified version of a very famous reader. This reader is called Qasasul Anbiya. It's called the stories of the prophets. Qasasul Anbiya. Now the first story is about the story of Nabi Ibrahim. So there's different chapters, so we'll do chapters as we go along in the story. So the first opening of the story is called Man Kasaral Asnama. Let's read it together. Man kasaral asnama. So I'll translate it for you. Man means who. Who. Like ma means what. Man means who. Kasara means broke. Who broke. Like to break something. Who broke. Al-asnama means the idols. Asnam is a broken plural for sanamun. Sanam is one idol. The plural is asnam. Al-asnam, the idols. So the heading is called Man kasara al-asnam who broke the idols. Your job in your group, inshallah, is just however way you want. I want you to look at the vocab sheet, look at the text, and I want you to translate it, inshallah. I'll give you a clue. The first word, azar, means azar. It's someone's name. Okay, don't look it up in the dictionary. Azar means azar, it's someone's name, okay? The rest of the words should be in the vocab sheet. I want you to just try to read through it and try to translate it on your own, inshallah. So, bismillah. If you need some help, you can WhatsApp or you can raise your hands and someone will come help you. Okay, bismillah, inshallah. The rest of that is for homework, inshallah. What I'm going to ask you also for homework is to try to just practice reading it as well. Try to practice reading it. So because I think for many of us, brothers and sisters, you're with me, inshallah. For many of us, you're not that fluent yet, so just practice reading but fluent, inshallah. Reading there, azaru, rajulun, mashhurun, and so on. Just practice reading it fluently, inshallah. Not this ayah, yeah, the worksheet, inshallah. Not the ayah, the worksheet, inshallah. Okay, bismillah, we end with some nasiha, inshallah.